Hello everybody, it's me Phuong Linh here, and today I'm going to talk about your phone's camera. Is it not as good as you think? 1. What surprised you most about the way smartphone cameras actually work? Well, actually, when I was small, I was just thinking it just used some kind of lasers or things like that to actually capture the image of the things in front of that, and then I just thought it was kind of magical and I would never understand it. So by actually understanding how a camera works, I think it is pretty surprising about everything of it. According to the talk, what are the three main factors that determine image quality and why they're important? Well, the three main factors are resolution, noise, and dynamic range. I actually wrote this down because I couldn't remember this. So it's not actually that I'm reading it, it's just I wrote it down. Because once I had somebody who watched my video and she asked if I had a script or not. So I'm just actually saying this. So resolution affects how clear and how much detail your camera can capture. Noise is referring to the speckled patterns that may actually blur away your picture, and dynamic range is the ability of your camera to actually capture the light and the bright and the dark areas of your photo. Why can't smartphone manufacturers simply keep increasing the numbers of megapixels to improve the smartphone camera quality? Well, because the smartphone cameras have very small sensors, then they can't just actually increase the number of megapixels. It would not guarantee better image quality. Maybe it would just change the way that the image would be captured. It would not make the image better. How does the small size of a phone's camera sensor create challenges for the engineer? Well, it's when you have a camera and you want to use that camera to capture something, then there's actually a layer of very small pixels, and then this would help you capture the image in a clearer way. But when you try to use bigger pixels to make better photos, then you will have to increase the size of your phone's camera. So the small size of a phone's camera sensors would actually make many challenges for the engineers. Have you ever used features like night mode or portrait mode? How do they change the photos that you take? Well, I have actually used the portrait mode, and it just focused on my face and it didn't capture anything behind me, the scene. For example, I was having some kind of letters behind of me, and it was just blurred away. So by using the portrait mode, then it would actually capture the portrait of the person in front of the camera. Do you think most smartphones users realize how much software is involved in creating a photo? Why or why not? Well, I actually think that they don't, because like me, they would just use it and they don't actually care about how the camera would work, and I don't think anybody would care about that if they're just a smartphone user. If two photos look equally good, does it matter whether one was improved by AI and algorithms? And explain my opinion. Well, I think that it would actually depend on the purpose of that photo. For example, it was just that photo was just a moment capture of you to actually remember some kind of moments or trips, or anybody in your family. I think that it is not actually that important to improve that photo by AI. But if that photo was used for some kind of newspapers or scientific researches or things that are important, I think that it should be improved by AI, and that picture should be chosen. So it would actually, even if those two photos are equally good, I think that it would actually depend on the purpose of that photo. After watching this talk, has your definition of a good camera changed? What do you think matters more, hardware or software? Well, I think that my definition of a good camera has changed. Like, it hasn't changed much, but a little bit. Like, before like the talk, I actually thought like the hardware, like the size of the camera or the color of the camera, it would actually affect the photos that could be taken. But now I don't actually judge on that anymore, but I would judge on the software, like how it could be like analyzed, or like some kind of like advanced like modes could actually change the color or the noise or the algorithms of that picture. So I think that my definition of a good camera has changed. Well, thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!